Okay, I'm gonna get started. We got a few more folks in, so we might as well get going. Biggest release, chronologically, most recently, is the storefront customization. So we've had storefront out for a little bit now. We just pushed earlier this week the customization for storefront. I'm just gonna move my chat to a different monitor here. And with that customization, it really gives you a lot more power in how your storefront is going to appear to your customers. It's going to give you a lot more ability in making sure your storefront looks the way you want it to look. I'm not going to mess with what Jason already has set up. I'm just not going to do that. So in your account, under your settings, is where we can go to get our storefront set up. We're working on tutorial videos for this, which you can watch after the fact, but also this show will be recorded, so you can watch this exact show later to go over what we've talked about and just sort of get a baseline. So once we're in, storefront settings down here at the bottom. So it gives you your default order form link right up top. That's going to be the link that takes you, or you would post on your site or send to someone to take you right to the storefront where they can sign in with an account. If they don't have an account, they can create one right here. But additionally, this also draws from your pre-existing accounts in your dealer account. So agents and brokers and photographers, whomever you already have set up in your system, can use their same login and password right here to get into this system. So I'm going to pull up one of our test users to show you kind of what's going on. Is there a link to log into the system? Are you referring to your specific system, or are you referring to our system? Because our general login link would be manage.realtourvision.com. The storefront itself link is generated. You either get one that's a Fusion link, so it's, I can't remember the exact link, it's fusion.realtourvision.com/storefront/ and then your dealer ID. If you have your My Brand and your white labeling set up, you can redirect directly to your site. So for example, Jason has a DNS set up for orders.bluelavamedia.com. Does that answer your question, Dawn? But if you want to check out Jason's storefront, it's orders.bluelavamedia/storefront. And you can use that to sign right in and check out his storefront. And if you wanted, you could place an order. You're not gonna get any photography done, but you're more than welcome to. Okay, so I'm gonna sign in with our test user here. So this is what your customer would see going through the whole process. I know some folks who might have been to a previous webinar of Jason's might have seen something like this, but not with the customization that we've launched. So when Jason did his first webinar, it was just the raw storefront, very little customization. We hadn't put in the ability to add your logo yet, but now we have that all customizable. And now, of course, that's a redirect directly to his website. So it's all built right into the system. So I'm going to sign in with this test user. Brings us to our service address. And feel free to ask any questions as you think of them. So just like if you were to make an order or a project, the first thing it's going to prompt you for is the address and of the property. We have the same search feature built into the storefront that is built into the into your side of the project creation. And from here, you can autofill an address. So I'm just going to do a pretty well-known address. We'll just do 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Everything is filled in, of course, automatically. Don't have to worry about anything else. And we can continue from there. It's going to give us a nice map. You do have to have your API set up to use this. There's some videos on setting up the Google Maps API in our system. If you don't have white labeling set up, this will still work. The API is only if you're going to white label. So you have to make sure you have that set up for your maps to work. Otherwise, it'll say something like for developer use only, which would look a little something like this. Yeah, it would just give you a pretty gross looking map for development purposes only. Can't load maps correctly. So that's why we recommend setting up your Maps API. If you have white labeling set on and you use the map feature at all, it's almost a must-have to make sure that's set up. So yep, that looks good to me. Next feature here is if that placement is wrong, just like placing an AstroZoom order, if that placement is wrong, we're gonna make it so you can drag this little marker around and drop it on the correct address. So say it dropped it, here at the White House, maybe we wanted it over here, but that's probably one of the best known addresses in the country, so I'm not surprised it did okay there. Excellent. And then of course, just like when you create a project, we've got our additional details pane. Property type, everything you're used to, pretty much the same. So we'll say it's a single family, it's occupied. If it had an MLS number, we could put it there. We'll give it a property size, square footage, and however big the lot is. We'll just say 2 acres. Put in our listing price, just like you're used to. Essentially, you're just giving the process of order and project creation, you're just handing it off. It's going to save you time because once this order is placed, what you'll see in the system is you will see the order automatically generate. You're going to see the project automatically generate. All you have to do is schedule the job and take the photos and upload them into the system. In terms of project creation. Delivery, of course, you're still going to go the same route that you would previously. But for creation, it's almost entirely out of your hands if you're using Storefront, which, of course, there's probably going to be an agent or two who might not know all the details, which is fine, but just like any other order, this can all be adjusted later. And here is where we see our packages and add-ons and variants that we set up already in our system. So if you remember, that's in our settings under packages and add-ons. Got all sorts of different packages that you can add right here. We recommend everybody have a $1 test package. Reason being is when you're setting up your payment collection gateway, so Stripe, PayPal, QuickBooks, what's the other one? Square. Just to confirm you have that set up, just hit yourself $1. It goes right back to you, just as a way to make sure everything's working all well there. I'm going pretty quick. Any questions so far where we're at? I'll keep an eye while I keep moving and I'll answer them as they come up. But yep, so once we have our packages and add-ons set up, once they're made live, so you'll see this $1 test package is inactive, but professional headshots, you see that little globe icon, that's meaning the package is active. So we'll see the last one on the storefront is professional headshots, not the $1 test package. But when you're getting your payment gateway set up, make that $1 package. It's going to make your life easier rather than hitting yourself for $250 every time, which I'm sure nobody wants to do. All right, so I don't have a test credit card on this account, so I'm just going to do the free package. This is one thing that Jason and Jim through Blue Lava have started doing is this photographer's choice. Essentially, you pick this because let's face it, if someone comes to this page, they might not know how many pictures they need. They might not know what type of marketing materials, what type of add-ons they might end up needing. But you would once you go to the properties. So you say, oh, well, this place has an amazing view and it's a huge lot. But maybe they didn't select the drone package. Maybe that's something you want to suggest as an add-on. So for here, they might say photographer's choice, and they might have gone in expecting 25 to 50 shots. But you know what? We really want you to recommend the drone tour. We think it's really going to highlight the awesome views that this property might have. And it means I don't have to put in a fake credit card. So we'll select that for now. We'll continue. And then if you wanted, you could select more than one. So if I knew I wanted photographer's choice, but if I also knew I wanted a, we'll just say it's the Premier Tour, you could select it there. Next, we come to add-ons. Add-ons are created in the same place when you are creating your packages and add-ons. So first page here is packages. Once you're in there, you have add-ons. And then you can create an add-on very similarly to how you would create a the overall package. The add-ons, you can give images, you can browse our defaults, you can change the service type, price, all the same different pricing options that you're used to with the packages. So add-ons function very similarly. For a lot of these packages, what Jason has, and for the photographer's choice especially, these are all added to that package as a default. Say he didn't want one of these appearing in this package, he would head back to his list and he could go into that package, and then under add-ons, he could remove one or delete one, or the delete option, it even gives you an option. So I want to delete this package, but I want to delete this add-on, pardon me, and keep it in this package, but not necessarily another package. Or I want to delete it from this package, but keep it in another one. As such, you're given two options for that. So if I hit delete, I can delete that add-on permanently, or I could just remove it from this package, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't want to mess with any of Jason's stuff. But that's where you would go to do that. Once you have, and let me pull up my account just to show you what that would look like on a package without all of the add-ons selected. Everybody still doing good? I haven't seen many questions or chat or anything. Now's your chance while I'm typing. Just following along. Thanks for coming, Joyce. Good to see you. Okay, so here is my account where I don't have quite as much setup as Jason. I'm not a photographer. I just work the phones. But if I have add-ons that I might necessarily not want in a specific package, I could delete it from just this package. And then as such, I've got 4 add-ons on this package, but I want to add more. So if I could hit existing add-ons, and it's going to show me the add-ons that I already have made for other packages that aren't selected for this package. So that existing add-ons button is there until I select every add-on I have, and then it's only the new add-ons button. So I can make new add-ons on a per project basis. All right, back into Jason's. So I selected photographer's choice. Like I said, I don't have a burner credit card to use for this. I've bought no stolen card numbers recently. So we'll just keep going through the list here. If I wanted, I could select these. I'm just going to skip it for now and continue. Oop. Oops. I'm going to go through this real quick. It was giving me a little goofy, something a little goofy at the end there. Won't take me too long though. In testing this system, we've probably put in a couple hundred orders through the system just to make sure everything's working as well as we can have it work for you folks. All right, so like I said, $0, order is placed. So I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't know why it's showing $259 there, but as you can see, it didn't charge me anything. So I'll just have to make sure the devs know. But $0, ready to go. Orders placed, you can tell that because it says place another order. I also get the option here. This is my receipt page. And so I say, oh, great, my order's placed. So now that my order is placed, I can head back and see my order appears right in his system automatically. And what's even better is once payment is received, if it's a paid order, it's going to create the project for you automatically. Now this one needs payment, so it didn't create the project, but we can do that with just a couple clicks. There it is, project is created. Good to know. Just went to each one and added. Oh, nice, Joyce. Good. Good. Awesome. So this one was zero charge, so we're not worried about payments. So I can say, all right, so now that we've got that created, it made the order, it made the project for me, and I can go in and put in all the information that I would need to put in for a normal project. Zip code, I don't know, Washington zip code. Awesome, order made. So now we're in the project. So at this point, all you would have to do is upload the photos, because orders created through this method, they're gonna use your defaults or the agent's defaults, whichever is priority for you. So you're not gonna have to worry about changing any settings unless there was a specific request. And you can go from there. So I could take my, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab some of my test photos here, and I'm just gonna chuck them in because it doesn't need to be anything specific. How about these? Don't know what house these are from, don't know who took the shots, but I'm putting them in. And so as my project is created, we can use the delivery site. The delivery site is another thing that's a recent release of ours, which we know through Jason's previous webinar and his polling, not everybody's using. And we really want people to start using the delivery site to the point where someday we're probably just going to get rid of the delivery email entirely because of how good we think delivery site is and how much more efficient it can really be. So I'm just going to chuck these photos in, doesn't matter what they are, and then I can mark the project complete. And then I'll mark the project complete. Yeah, let's accept the order. And so once we have this order created, if you are a larger firm, which we know some people are just one person operations, one man, one woman operations, they don't have to worry about everything in here. So you don't have to worry about instructions. You don't necessarily have to worry about a location contact, and you don't have to assign a photographer. That's all optional. But we do know some folks have much larger operations where you might want to do this. So there you would say, oh, I want to assign a photographer. I'm going to chuck in the, Joyce says delivery site is a game changer and a time saver. If you aren't doing it, you need to be. And I agree. It's pretty cool. So this is the package. I don't have to worry about the photographer. There's my agent who created the order. Marked as work in progress. We're just going to complete the order to show you the delivery site. Excellent. So now that we've got that complete, the order's ready to go. It's ready to be delivered. Any payment you have coming in, you could add in here. If you have the customer set to invoice, for example, but if you have them set to prepay or pay to download, you would get the money before delivery. So everybody who places an order, let me rephrase that. Everybody who pays for an order through Storefront, that order is automatically prepaid. So any delivery you do is just going to recognize that it's been paid for and it's going to be delivered from there. But if you are creating orders and then sending the orders as invoices, they might never even see the storefront. So that would be where you would have a customer set one way or another. So for example, I'm just going to go to this JSON account here. What you can do is if you're editing your user account, you can head down to order settings, and then you can say, ooh, what do I want this agent to be? And you can pick between invoice, pay to download, or prepay. So someone you set to prepay can only place orders themselves through the storefront. And that's how they'll do it. So I'll show you the difference between these three. And you can set this on a per project basis, but this is a user default. So someone who might not be the best at paying you on time, that would be where you might want to set them pay to download. They can't even use the photos. They're watermarked until payment's received. So pay to download is a little different for prepay. Prepay in that the order isn't even made, the project isn't even created until Storefront is used. Invoice, you can do everything yourself and then send them a bill and take money after the fact, or even just have them pay the invoice through the delivery site. And then finally, and you'd want to pay before I even schedule for one guy. Yeah, so Joyce has a customer, she doesn't even schedule the job until he pays. And I'm sure for our higher volume photographers, I'm sure there's probably going to be a couple of those. And so we definitely want you to be equipped to deal with that, which is why we have the prepay and the pay to download. So prepay, nothing happens until you get money. Pay to download, you can do everything. The order can be created. And then when you send them the delivery site, everything you've done is watermarked. They can't download anything. They can't access the links until they pay. So we'll head back to that project and I'll show you delivery site, which we just really want everybody to use. So delivery site is, okay, so I'll pull up our delivery site here. This is what an invoiced delivery site would look like. And so you can see Jason has some pretty aggressive settings for his delivery site. Ooh, Danny, what's up, Danny? Is it okay to get a test user? Or should we just use one of our users? Yeah, you can absolutely use one of your users as a test user. My only caution would be if they have a saved card. You don't want to charge their saved card, or you would want to do one of those free, one of the free packages like I was mentioning. That would be the way I would do it if I were to use a pre-existing account. That said, we recommend everybody has a test user. When your account was first created, at least the more recent accounts, there should have been a test user created automatically with demo or Tom Jones or Joe Smith. Just a generic name should be the first user in your system. That can become your test user. You can edit their password, photo. They're a fully functional user in your system. They're just made by us rather than you. Anytime a new account is created, we automatically create a trial brokerage and a trial agent for them to use. So, yep, awesome. Glad that answers your question, Danny. Yeah, so you could create a test and go from there. We recommend you get an idea on how this is going to work for all of your users, and so we do advocate for a test. So you know what they're going to see. That way, if they have questions for you, you can answer the question better, or if you can't answer the question, you can describe it to us so we can get you the best answer. I've talked to a lot of you on the phone. I am the most recent hire at RTV for support. I'm still personally getting up to speed on a lot of it. I'm sure as many of you know, it's a very deep system. I am getting a back end view. Okay, so yeah, I will show a pay to download project page in a minute, Ravi. Leave a price for a package blank or leave 0.01 for a free package. Okay, so Everett, the packages, when you're creating a package, and like I said, Jason has a pretty blank delivery site, so I will show you a more fleshed out delivery site on my account in a minute. But yeah, so the package, one of the options, I'm just gonna pull up my account right now, actually, just to show you. Okay, so here we are in my account. Packages and add-ons. So I'll just make a package fresh, Everett, so you know kind of what I'm talking about. I know I was talking about the add-ons and packages and variants, but I didn't really go much into explaining those. I can go through that pretty quick here if you want a more thorough breakdown of what everything is. I have made an instructional video for you on how to do that. It's in the help section up here, which we always recommend you check out. We just bought a really cool search add-on for our website, which allows our search feature to auto-complete and auto-find what you're looking for. So if you wanted to do packages rather than you could just type PACA, and it's going to give you everything related to those, including packages and add-ons. This is like a 12 or 13 minute video I made on packages and add-ons. That's going to be the most full breakdown of packages and add-ons. And even since I made this beginning of the year, January 4th, some of that stuff's already out of date just in terms of new stuff we've added. The things I go over, they're not going to be different, but we've just added more and more. Okay, so let's make a package. So, Ravi, when creating, or not Ravi, Everett, I'm sorry. When creating a package, what you can do is you can call it whatever you want. pardon my typing. You have different options when you're creating one of these packages, one of which is free. And so that would be where you would create a free package. And so then the base package has no cost, but that would be where that you would say, oh, but now you want to tack on the $30 AstroZoom. Now you want to tack on the $100 of extra drone footage. Now you want to tack on the floor plan or the website, whatever you end up wanting. Jason through Blue Lava does a lot of upcharges for different features within the system. So his packages are fairly basic, and then pretty much every extra bonus is sold as an add-on. And so, like I said, one of these is free, and then all the money from that either comes from their determination on what they recommend for the property, or what the client selects as an add-on. I hope that answers that question. But yeah, so we have 6 different pricing options for packages, one of which is free, like I said. Single item add to cart, that's going to be your most basic. That's going to be like your Amazon order. That's going to be, it's $150. It's called Photographer's Choice. It's a service. That's it. Then you could say, oh, what's my average duration of the service? Ooh, it's a 45-minute shoot. But then you might have a different package for the more deluxe photography, where you might say, oh, that's an hour and a half. And so that would be where you would put 90 minutes, for example. You can put a brief description of it. The brief description is what's going to show up on like right here. So our photographers choose your package. So that's your brief description. With the full description at the bottom there appears like here for add-ons and here for packages. If you wanted to do a cheap test, cheaper than $1, you certainly could. You could make a 1-cent package. You could make a 50-cent package. Just remember, the payment gateways all have some sort of fee associated with them. And as a reminder, RTV doesn't take any of that. The fee is entirely through the payment gateway, so PayPal, Square, Stripe, and soon QuickBooks Online. That's where the fee comes from. It's just like just like a business charging 3% less if you pay with cash versus credit. That's that fee. That's what they're trying to account for. And I don't know that we've mentioned this, but we're not charging you any more for any of this. Tour credits are the same cost, still $99 to get in. Everything else is just purchased separately. But this storefront, that's the base package. So you don't have to worry about upselling or us upselling you into this. Okay, so, and then there's a couple other different packages, like I was saying. And the video I made goes over more of them, but there's select quantity options. So you could say, ooh, let's say, I don't know, big, say you want 10 extra panoramas. There you would say, oh, the maximum quantity I want them to be able to buy is 10, and I'm going to charge an extra 25 per item. I don't know anything about what any of this should cost because I am not a photographer. I'm a tech guy. Select quantity, there's also select quantity with base price. So that would be something like first 10 are $100, everything else is going to be an extra 15, that sort of thing. So the base cost is 100, anything else or anything over 100 is going to be 15. We also have specific option selection. So that would be where you'd say, ooh, I want to buy this thing. Or, man. We'll just say, 3 minutes drone. And then you can say that's 150. But then, or if you spell it right, we'll say 5 minutes of drone. and that would be, you know, 250. That's kind of what we're going at, is they get a drop down that says 3 minutes drone, 5 minutes drone, so on and so forth. Then there's free, like we talked about. And then price per square foot. This one's good for floor plans. This one's going to be good if you know it's going to be a much larger home. And then you could say, ooh, it's price per square foot. Or if you wanted to do a 3D render of the property, perchance. And so that would say, ooh, price per square foot. I'm going to say it's 50 cents per square foot. And so then that would be, they would select how many square feet it is, and then it does the math for you. So if I say it's 50 cents per square foot, they get prompted, ooh, how many square feet is it? They put in 3,000, and then that's where it would be, you know. And 50 cents per square foot would be very high. So that's where they would put their square footage, and it just does the math and adds it to your cart automatically. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me, while I'm still on Storefront, let me answer Storefront. If I have an agency, can other services be listed in the Storefront? Yeah, of course. There's no reason any of it has to be specifically photography. And we were even thinking that the idea for Storefront is one day it's not going to be just real estate. So if you have a blossoming wedding photography business, you could use the exact same Storefront. Jason's taunting me, and he wants me to point the camera at him. So if you have a wedding photography business, that you could put in a wedding photography package. And then end goal for Storefront is you can have more than one storefront. So you could have a storefront for real estate photography. You could have a storefront for your graduation photography, or your product or wedding, or whatever you do on the side other than real estate. You could put in its own storefront. Again, not there yet, but it's in the map. Another big thing that's going to be in the map is one of these tabs. When you're clicking through someone's storefront, one of these tabs is going to be schedule it. You, the photographer, will say, I do shoots from 10 to 4, maximum drive time of however many minutes or miles. And then any jobs you have scheduled, you can put directly into the calendar. And then someone going through this service can say, oh yeah, I want to schedule the job, and they'll have the option not to schedule it if they don't want, but they could just contact you directly. But if they see they have a time slot available, they can pick the time slot, and it even schedules the job for you. You get notified, and that's going to be the next phase of Storefront. So yes, you could list other services through the Storefront. There's absolutely zero requirements stating it has to be photography. It's a photography system, so that's kind of the idea. But yes, you could do other services. The only thing really preventing you from doing that would be the little icon that we have. We have these defaults, and if you guys aren't aware, these default icons we have available in Rockpoint Marketing. We have them available with the original Photoshop files, so you can put your own company's colors. If you're a subscriber, there's no additional cost for those. If you're not an RPM subscriber, I think it's $20, and you can get all of the Photoshop raw files for these, customize the colors, move them around a bit, re-upload them, and now they're your brand. Because, you know, Blue Lava, they're the orange and blue. RTV is the orange and blue that you're used to. So that's what we've uploaded for you. But via RPM, under marketing materials, we have the shopping cart icons master Photoshop file. So if you're not subscribed, it's $20. If you are subscribed, no charge. You can get those raw shots, re-upload them, do them yourself, whatever you want. We've got those available for you. Okay, so let's go back to delivery sites because it really is cool. So here is my personal account, and I will pull up a project that I know I have a good delivery site for, because they're not all good. They are not all good. Okay. Links, deliverables. Cool. So this is a delivery site for actually the video I made about delivery site. This is what a delivery site appears as. This is a unique link. So this is not the link that you're going to post to an MLS. This is not a link you're going to post on social media. This isn't a link you're going to give to anyone other than the client, Joe Schmo, up here. Because if this link gets out, people can get access to your marketing materials that you charge for. They can get access to the embeds, the tours, and potentially the worst of that is they can edit the details of the property, which is one of the reasons we're so proud of the delivery site, is because it pulls some of rather than you having to do everything, you can give control to the agent. So you can shoot this over to Joe Schmo, and he says, oh, that's, we've actually updated, our website, and he can put in his new address right in here, and that's actually going to update his account. It updates his user in Fusion, and I think that's pretty sweet. So you don't even have to worry about that. You can just give the control to him. If you want, you can even give them a white labeled login for themselves so they can do their own stuff. They can rearrange shots in the media manager. They can upload or edit or rearrange. And then this can be your logo if you've got the white labeled storefront set up. Lots and lots of power through the delivery site. So this specific order is set to invoice. So as such, all of my shots, my videos, they're all downloadable right here, right now. So this is an invoice delivery site. I can view the invoice from here. You can say, oh, it's this much. I can print it. I can get a PDF. I can pay it right here. I don't have a payment gateway set up in my account, so this is here. You're losing me. Donna, yes, this is being recorded. It's going to go on the YouTube, and we're going to put it on the website, so you don't have to worry about missing out. So this is an invoice delivery site. You have so many different settings for the delivery site. So you could say, well, they bought the package, sure, but they haven't actually upgraded to get the flyer, for example. So what I'll do is I can go to the delivery site settings, and I could turn off flyer. So now on the delivery site, under marketing, where I have the flyer, I toggled that off, and I saved it. I'll just refresh this page. No more flyer. They didn't pay for flyer, so I'm not putting it there. Not even giving the awesome. See you later, Donna. I'll tell Jason you said hey. Awesome. So yeah, this is just about everything you can do on the delivery sites in these little sliders. So I am going to drop this specific order into, I'm going to drop it into pay to download. And I don't know if my account has a watermark uploaded, so I'll have to confirm that. So we drop this order into pay to download. I'm going to refresh the page. Check that out. Links completely locked. You can't view them. You can't copy them. It just wants the money. It wants you to pay for it. The photos at the bottom, There they are with my big old silly watermark right in the middle of it. That's a pay to download site. They can't do anything. They can't download it without paying. They can't download resize without paying. They can't download individually. They can't download the video. They can watch it. They can't download it. That's a pay to download delivery site. For your sticklers, the slightly more secured wallets among your clients, pay to download might be the way to go. Look at our beautiful town there. We get to work there, right on the lake. Pretty cool. So that is a pay to download property site. You get nothing until you pay. And once you're paid, you get everything. Pretty cool. Even the same with traffic reports. Is there a watermark on videos? There's not a watermark on the video, but it's not downloadable. But I think there might be a way to do that. I just don't know off the top of my head. Ravi, I hope that answers your question on what a pay to download site would look like. So I was talking about how you can edit, or the client can edit the property details. If I pull this order back out into invoice, which I'll just do right here real quick. Say the price changes, say the house sells, say, ooh, they put in the wrong number of bathrooms. They can even change the title. Spectacular, amazing, check it out. Can't believe how nice it is. Ooh, it's actually 6 bathrooms or 5 bathrooms or whatever. The price is actually not, it's not 600,000, it's 6 million. So we'll chuck another 0 in there. We'll pull call now out of it. We can say, ooh, it's actually 5 stories. Save that. It's going to update on the delivery site. It's going to update on the project. You don't have to do anything. Awesome. Glad I could help, Ravi. So the watermark is just your company logo, Adrian. So you don't have to upload any specific watermark file. We're going to do the transparency for you. It's going to be overlaid by us, so you don't have to sweat it. It's just going to use whatever you have in your company under your company icon. So if I wanted to, I could grab whatever picture I wanted and make it my company icon, is what I'm saying. I don't know if I have any good company shots here. Yeah, I don't really. But anyway, it's whatever is uploaded here becomes your watermark. Awesome. And then the locks happen just through it being pay to download. So delivery site was implemented as an alternative to the delivery email, which was around for long before I was even here. So what we're saying is, rather than sending a big old email, yeah, so see, spectacular, amazing, check it out. Rather than sending a big old email with all of these links, rather than sending this, and having to flick all the little toggles every time, you can just send them one link. It's that quick. That's delivery site. There's a reason why we want you guys to use it, is because it will save you time, it will save you money, and it's going to help you get projects out faster. That's delivery site. So if you do send this to the wrong person, I was meant to mention this earlier, if this does get out to the wrong people, either via you or via whomever you send it to, all you need to do is regenerate the access token. So the previous site, and actually I'll just sort of show you what that looks like. So here's the current site on the current token. I'm going to regenerate the access token, and I refresh this page, and it kills the link. So if it does get out to the wrong people, you can kill the links to make sure that that doesn't get out any farther than you want it to. Got about 5 minutes here, maybe even less depending on when I started the. We've got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds if there's any final questions, which I will, I'll just keep an eye for, and hopefully I can answer them quickly. I hope everybody learned at least a little bit. It's getting a little warmer in Michigan. It was 10 below the other day. You are welcome, Adrian. Thanks for coming. It was 10 below the other day. It's now a scorching 27. It was about 15 when I left the house. Okay, Danny, let's say I have a project done and the client wants something else added. Will pay to download work on the entire project only, or can I add pay to download to 1 or 2 picture videos? Right now, pay to download is a whole invoice. We are working on individual media pay to download. So that is something that is in the queue. It's not currently a thing. 23 down in Detroit, 8 inches of snow last night. Yeah, we just got a little dusting. It was not bad at all. We'd had a crazy freeze though. That day it was like 40. There's about 3 inches of ice in my backyard. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I could answer everybody's questions. We got about a minute left. If there's any final ones that come on through, I got my eyes on the chat. This is my SpongeBob shirt. Looks like those SpongeBob transition scenes. Well, sounds like probably not much left. I'll say thanks everyone for showing up. I hope you have an awesome night. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm always here if you need to give me well, not always. I'm 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Don't call me on the weekends. You call Jason on the weekends. 231-668-6415. That's the support number for me. David at realtourvision.com if you've got questions, comments. Tip your waiters, waitresses. Thanks, everyone. I'll kill it now. Hope everyone has a good one.